Have you ever thought, whenever we are thinking, how do we reach conclusions? Our brain thinks by going through all the memories related to the topic we are thinking about. In our brains, there are different centers for long-term and short-term memories. These centers have a complex network of neurons. In simple words, it is like providing an input to the mind and then it goes through the stored data, and there is an output response based on that stored data. This stored data can be our own experience or something that we believe is correct, and that's how our reactions are generated. These reactions can also be influenced by specific hormones which are in abundance at that time in the brain. Like when we are in a happy mood, making hormones like serotonin the dominant ones, it will be much more difficult for a situation to irritate us. On the other hand, same situation can easily make us frustrated when a hormone like cortisol is dominant and we are already stressed. Basically, this physiological phenomenon is like a chain of events. It is like worldly actions or our own actions which may be positive or negative take us to a specifically related thought network. Due to this, different emotional reactions like a happy response, a sad response or an angry one are generated. But the question is this all we are as humans, just continuous reactions to internal or external stimuli? And the answer is definitely a no. Because if it were true, we could only see the world through the lens of our own thoughts based on previous experiences. This lens bends the reality. For instance, if someone gets angry at us for a very small thing, our reaction to it might be that the person doesn't like us or something negative of this sort. While in reality the person might be going through a rough patch and frustration was result of it. At that point, if we saw this reality, our response becomes more empathetic rather than negative. So which one of these reactions depict our true nature? In this example, it is none, because both were dependent on someone else's reality or what we thought was the reality. We can judge a person's character from this example but not their true nature. Then, is there such a state where we are not continuously reacting? And how do we find what we really are? This possibility lies in the state of absolute concentration. The point of concentration can be anything that is not linked to any complex thought or memory, something like breath or sound. And by sound, it does not mean going into some imaginative world through guided meditation, because it is just another lens, a lens of your own choice. Through absolute focus on something, the thoughts vanish at that moment of absolute concentration. In this state, there is no reaction to any outward or inward stimuli through any of the memory centers. Just a single-pointed focus. This state has different names in different cultures coined by people who achieved it. If we can remain in this state for a long enough time, what we see will not be a reaction to anything but our true self without any lens of thought bending the reality.